Hello there, I'm Ariana Hunter, real estate broker and financial expert. And today we're going to be talking about tips for agents. And it's just to make your life a little easier. How to interact with other agents. So I'm going to give you maybe 4 tips on communication with the other party. And the reason for this is because, well, I think somebody should say something. I see many videos or people talking about how to interact with clients, but they don't tell you how to interact with other agents, or maybe within their company, maybe they'll let them know. But as far as I'm concerned, people need to hear this because it happens way too often. The number one thing I'm going to mention first is your first client, of course, other than your actual client, which is going to be if you're representing a buyer or a seller, is going to be the other agent. You want to be friendly. You want to be optimistic, approachable, easy to work with. When you are either approaching another agent or an agent is approaching you in regards to your listing. Listings, it's going to be the number one thing I'm going to mention first. If you do not know, writing in all capitals is equivalent to yelling and screaming. And there are so many agents who write in bold letters, in capital letters, their whole description or their whole instruction to the other agents. That's equivalent to yelling, and that is a turn off. Okay, who wants to deal with somebody who I mean, everything is important, it seems like, because everything, you should leave that for important notations if you're gonna do capitals. But if the whole thing is in capitals, then it's just equivalent to yelling, and it just doesn't look good, or it shows that you don't know what you're doing, as far as like you don't know the difference between yelling and writing instructions. Okay, it comes across tacky and ugly, and there's a lot of people who do that, and right away it tells me a lot about the other agent. In regards to that, this is for people who are doing the listing and doing the descriptions and doing the instructions and the remarks for the other agents. If you are negative and you come out very hard to work with, it translates something like this: the house will not be shown unless you turn in a offer. How can you make an offer on something you've never seen? Some of the requirements are really ridiculous nowadays, and before they show the property or the limitations in the property. And of course, we still have those people who live in the property, and it's hard to show property when people are living there, or they have tenants who don't want to show the property, and that's understandable. But you should educate your client on the probabilities of showing and selling the properties. You just want to be a property that's easy to view, even though you could be in the high end. Of course, some of the high-end ones you have to go with your client, and most of the time everybody goes with the client. You don't send your client alone, and you must remain with your client because of the security of the property. And just to educate your client on comments, hold your comments back. Everything's recorded nowadays. Most property, even the low-end properties, have recordings, and there's a lot of things that you must know just nowadays before when you go and view a property. Okay, just know that people are watching you and they're hearing what you're saying. Although it's illegal to record if not consent. I mean, you can record without voice, but people don't still do that. Okay, so that is one of the number one things. Make it easier for the other agent to view your property. Write in a way that you don't sound hostile. I know problems will arise all on their own when you have transactions, but it doesn't have to be the me against you, you against me. No, we are in the same team, and the same team is to close a transaction. They want to sell something, we want to buy something, we want to buy something, they want to sell something, and it's a meeting of the minds. So keep in mind, look at all the remarks lately and see why it baffles me when I see 187 days or 160 days on the market, and when I look at those remarks, oh, it tells me right away these people just are horrible, blocking prospect buyers because they just don't know how to do it correctly. They don't know what they're doing with their remarks. They're actually insulting people way before they even get their insult. That's why they're not getting anyone. Really bad business. Okay, number 2 is going to be when you call. Most agents will not answer their phone. So please leave a name and phone number, your message, your MLS number you're interested in, the reason for your call, and let them know how they can reach you, either text or call you back. Now, if you're the one receiving the phone call, be courteous and answer right away. Wouldn't you like to have the answer for your client? So keep in mind that we're all busy professionals, and it is super important communication, because things don't happen for a long time. In real estate, just like slow, and then all of a sudden, when there's clients and meeting on the minds, everything's fast. So answer quickly so they could give their answer to their client or answer their inquiries. And just put yourself on their shoes, and how would you like to be treated. If you place a phone call, will you expect somebody to call you back, or at least text you back? And then also, if you are doing the remarks on a listing, let them know how you like to be contacted. If you will, please give me text me or call me, or whatever method you prefer to answer. That's what you should note for you to be able to answer any questions people may have. So that's number 2. Also, when you emails also is another way people communicate. Some people still call, so a lot of people text, and then the third one is emails. Same thing, when you write an email, make sure you go straight to the point, who you are, what you want, and what you're interested in, the MLS, and it makes it easier. And put the date and time, and tell them when will you get back. Again, if you're the one receiving the email, be courteous and answer those emails promptly, because people are waiting on information to make decisions. And finally, when you're on the phone, it's going to be interaction with agents. Be courteous, be agreeable. There's sometimes high tension by the time people talk on the phone. Just remember to solve the problem is the goal. And yes, sometimes you have to be firm, but you always don't have to be rude. And well, yes, we are rude sometimes, but that's in the heat of the heat, when things are going down. But don't be a fighter just for no reason, okay? Because when the real reasons come up, you will have what's the next step after you blow your top? No deal. Sometimes because they don't want to deal with each other, or one is scared, one bullies another. There's a lot of agents who bully, okay? And maybe people don't say it, but the ones who are used to doing it a lot, they have techniques. Everybody has their own technique, and they figure bullying somebody into submission is gonna do it, and to get their way. And then you're gonna, maybe you get the sale, but you're gonna have to develop a really bad reputation. And some people, and then you upset somebody in the other side, they're gonna make it difficult for you. And if you give them an opportunity to mess with you, they will. That's just the way it works. It's human nature. And so keep that in mind. Save your bullets or backups or information or aggressiveness, whatever you want to call it. I shouldn't say bullets, but we're in Texas. Save your ammunition until you need to solve a problem, not right away, okay? Because like I said, don't be hot temper all the time, because people won't know if you're angry all the time, or like I said, people avoid those type of people. And in conclusion, treat others like you would like to be treated, and I hope that you like to be treated well. I hope that you don't like abuse, and so therefore you abuse others. If you ever meet someone who you're working with, the other agent, which is very seldom these days because everything happens, communications online and on the phone. There's really no need to meet them. If you ever meet them, I cannot think of a time lately that I have met the opposite agent. If anything, when I used to probably go into an office and look for the listing agent back in the day, okay, this is not recent, and they start telling you, well, who you with? I never heard of you. Who are you? And then making you feel bad. Well, at least that's how it made me feel bad. And I was like, what's wrong with these people? Don't they want to sell? we're bringing buyers and you have a listing and they make a really nasty approach, like they have this, it's true, they have all the power, they have the listing, but at the same time you need a buyer for that listing. So not all the agents are going to be with big corporations. A lot of agents could be with the smaller companies you never heard of. Once you ask them, okay, who are you with, what's your name, then move on to the business at hand, and it is the information on the property and why you're looking for them to begin with, okay? Or maybe you're turning in an offer. And when you are in a position of more power, keep that in mind. Don't be close-minded, don't be rude, don't make people feel uncomfortable, because there's a lot of people who do that even till this day. And you know, I think a lot of those have closed down because, oh my goodness, they were just something else. Anyhow, I hope these tips has helped you to learn to communicate with other agents. Believe it or not, this is one of the reasons why so many agents have listings are sitting there. Number two will be pricing, but we're going to talk about that in another video. Today we're talking about rudeness, and you close the business before you even have a chance because of the approach you're taking. I hope this has helped you, for you guys who are in the business or in the ones who are trying to come in and be agents. Till next time.